Welcome back from the ad break. You are still watching Prime Live. Now, we are also joined by Olivia Maake, an engineer, advocate for women in the field. Olivia is here to shed light on the critical role of female engineers and celebrate International Women in Engineering Day. Now, through her own experiences and insights, she is going to, promote greater representation and inclusivity in the engineering profession, fostering a more diverse and innovative industry. Thank you so much for joining us on Prime Live, Olivia, and welcome.
Evening rather. Salam alaikum,
Walaikum salam.
and hello to
Thank you
your
so
viewers.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, we're just going to jump right into it, Olivia. What inspired you to pursue engineering, and have you faced any challenges as a woman in this traditionally male dominated field?
Wow, I faced a lot of challenges, to say the least. Mostly some were subtle, some were more intense, where you find yourself not being taken serious in the industry because you're a woman. You find yourself not being seen in the boardrooms you enter. Um, you're not your opinions, or rather your remarks, are not even taken into consideration. So that has posed a very big challenge in my career, and where I have to fight for my voice to be heard in those boardrooms. I had to find myself really pushing the boundaries on that challenge, but mostly what made me pursue engineering was curiosity. And as a curious child, I've always asked those questions: that how is this done? How and where is this done? How, who created this? And with those questions is what I realized that engineering is around us. It's in everything we do, and engineering is all about solution bringing, and so therefore we create solutions to the problems, and that's how I ended up in this field.
Mm. And now, what impact does a lack of diversity have on engineering projects and outcomes?
Lack of diversity, well, obviously, since engineering is all about problem solving and solution bringing, we need diversity. Number one,
Mm.
cultural, gender diversity. That creates better solutions. You ask the right person, you ask the right questions, and you get the right solution. If we're not diverse, number one, we're not going to be solving the needs of every uh, the need, yeah, that need. For every need that we may have, we may not have a solution for that is more inclusive, so we may not meet those needs. For instance, if we did not have safety gears for women, or that are more created to fit the woman body, we may not be able to enter into that mining industry. We may not be able to enter into the electrical industry, because that problem was never catered for, or rather, so information from women or not being included may have caused that situation to not even be sorted. So yeah, that's where diversity is required in this engineering field.
Mm. And why do you feel it's so important to have more women in this industry?
Pardon?
Why do you feel like it's very important to have more women in the engineering industry?
Well, I believe it's very important to have women diversity, rather gender diversity, that we have that in the industry. If we don't have that, we may not solve the right problems. Women bring a unique perspective, experience in this industry, so that for they having that experience, may that they bring that into the table, and that gives and solves solutions that maybe men are not even exposed to, they have not experienced. But a woman's perspective and a woman's input that can bring that change. So that's why women are required to be in such intense, or rather different, engineering fields. We mustn't just be accustomed to the natural, I need to be in the kitchen or administration, because that's what careers were for women. But unlike more intense or labor intense careers like engineering, electrical, mechanical, mining, so what we bring is diversity. What we bring, and that's what we actually need more, those creative minds, more those unique minds coming into the industry.
Mm, most definitely. And speaking on just having more women in the industry, how do you think, we can show support and also encourage girls to get into the engineering industry?
Well, I mostly say break those boundaries, open those doors, dream bigger. Information. Let's teach our kids that it is, or rather those girl children, that it is possible. And if we, the ones that are in the industry already, come and show them that, they'll be more inspired to come into these industries, knowing that, oh, Miss Olivia has been, she did that. That means I can do it. If there's that woman that inspires these kids, I'm dead sure that they'll come into this industry knowing that it's possible. Other women before me have done that. So yeah, that's where I motivate those kids, that open those doors, dream bigger. Don't be afraid. Knock on that door. You might be the first one to do that particular course. It's possible.
Mm, definitely. Now, are there any specific programs or initiatives that have been successful in promoting interest in STEM fields amongst young women?
Yes, there are quite a number. There's Women in Construction, which then caters for that industry. There's engineering programs that are more focused on women in engineering, that are there, that the government and private entities are now including. They're now rallying that we open those doors. There are still some of these industries that are lacking women. Mechanical, I was in the fire mechanical industry where there was no woman, there was even no woman of color. So there are initiatives that we are trying to introduce to the industry to say, open your doors to more women, or open your doors. And even now, that there are students that are girls that are now entering into these industries, that's making at least a foot. Going, we are heading to a better, a diverse industry right now.
Mm. Now, are there any ways we can change these perceptions and create a more positive and accurate representations on, women in the field of engineering, so that in the next coming 5 to 10 years, we see it being also dominated by a lot of women?
There are ways, like I say, there's no better way to put it but to say that information is the key. If we then now introduce, if we get this information to the kids, some kids don't have anyone that they know that is doing structural engineering, so the more we educate our kids, we will then now open those doors to them. We'll be informing them, which will change the narrative that it is only men that do that, such careers. So information for me is the key to success. If we inform, if we are out there, if we are visible, if we advocate for women in engineering, I think we'll have a better future.
Mm. Now, as we bring our discussion to a close, what advice would you give to women to help them navigate the challenges and embrace the opportunities in this field?
My number one advice that I constantly say to women in engineering and my students, all of them, I say, enter, open those doors with ethics, because it's very important in this industry. Very, very important. We face so many challenges. That's my number one advice. Enter with dignity and with ethics. This industry, since it's male dominated, they will find challenges that may temper with their ethics. You must enter there, open those doors, but with your ethics and your backbone behind you, because you will be tested. That will be tested in your career path. Um, you must hold yourself with high regard, and let's try. Dream big and open that door. It is possible.
Mm. Now, Olivia, thank you so much for joining us tonight and just for sharing insights so that we can, commemorate International Women in Engineering Day and just to encourage the girls that are watching right now and just women in general to, break barriers and seek as much information as they can and also just get into the engineering field. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. It was a great pleasure to engage with you, and happy International Women in Engineering.
Thank you so much, Olivia. Viewers at home, this was our, way of commemorating International Women in Engineering with Olivia Maake, who is, an advocate for the women in the field of engineering. But without wasting any time, let's go to an ad break. We have more for you after this. Stay tuned.